Look who's here, Sally Cunnigham. We missed you last week.
Well, thank you. I was on a nice little trip, and I'm back.
Good.
But I wanted to tell, I have time for some good garden questions today, but before we go to those, I want to tell you about something that the whole world of gardeners and people who like to travel to see flower shows needs to know about. In the past, I've spoken about Philadelphia and Cleveland and Toronto flower shows, but every 10 years there's a world flower show, a world horticulture exposition in the Netherlands. And they say every gardener should go to it once in a lifetime, only every 10 years. This year it's from April through October. So if you're thinking of any travel, you have this time in your life when you can do that, get into this one. We're going to show you a website because I was actually asked to host one of them in early April, to host a tour to see Floriade. There's 160 acres of horticulture exposition and demonstrations and shows and gardens and modern, what the world of horticulture is coming to, and the science, as well as green energy, a lot of cool things. So tomorrow night at the McKinley Banquet Center at 6 p.m., there's a show to tell you about it. You can call Horizon Club Tours, look it up, and the Automobile Association's hosting it. But I'd love to have some of you go on a river cruise with me.
All right, well, as Sally mentioned, plenty of time for calls today, and our first one comes from Millie in Orchard Park. Good morning. What's your question?
Good morning, Sally. We have this strange fruit lying in the yard. And it's green, and it smells citrus. What is its name, and what is it for?
All right, Sally, I don't think you heard her. She was saying that she had a tree that kind of smelled funny, but it also had a citrus smell to it. Any idea what it could be for her?
No, a citrusy smelling tree. If it's an evergreen, it's a concolor fir. That's what it is. Concolor fir, and they make great Christmas trees, but they also make wonderful yard trees. So look for it, concolor. Great to have. They do smell like tangerines if you break the needle.
All right. Maybe I didn't quite hear that all. I'll listen a little bit better this time. Jackie from Tonawanda, what's your question, Jackie?
Hi, Sally.
Hello, I can hear now.
Hi, Sally. This is Jackie. I'm just calling for two questions. Should you cut back a hydrangea and the hostas to the bottom, or should you just leave them tall? Thank you.
Okay. It's a good thing to cut off or actually pull the hostas out. My good friend Mike Shadrack, hosta expert and king of hostas, says just pull the leaves out as they get mushy. It's the easiest way. Hydrangeas, mostly leave them alone. You'll be much better off next spring if they have some stem on them, and you can prune the great big ones like the Annabelles in March or April if you really want to take them down to size a little bit, but most of all, leave them alone.
All right, our next caller is Robert in North Tonawanda. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your question?
My question is if I can plant the capitatas this time of the year or wait till spring.
The potatoes, did you say?
The capitatas.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Capitatas?
Capitatas. You know, I'm not knowing what you're saying.
Capitatas are, you put them in the ground, you know, you dig them in the ground about a foot and a half. There's got the sack around them. You put them in, and then they're planted in the fall, or should I wait till spring to plant them?
Okay, I think we're talking about something in the nightshade family. I'm not absolutely sure, though, so let's all look up on the internet capitatas, and I'll put it this way. If it's a bulb horticulturally, then you plant it in the fall now. But if it's a cut thing like a rhizome, I would wait till spring. But I'm going to look it up, and I'll tell you next week. How's that?
Not too often that we have that happen to you, is it? All right, well, something new, something exciting.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much, Sally, for joining us.